So we are now going to look at passing CSEC English in 6 months, but we're on part two and we're going to look at this from a speaking perspective. So this is essentially for um, guidance for orals. It's primarily guidance for orals and preparing yourself for the orals exam. You can see this as a process that you can do alongside the guidance given in part one of this video for the writing and language process. Or you can start it a bit after because it's very much, as you see, like reinforcing some of the basic stuff. Because something people forget is that you still need grammar and vocabulary for paper one, paper two, and oral. So you still need to have that knowledge. So we're going to be kind of doing the same thing from the first video, but sticking to speaking and listening. And speaking and listening is really important because that's what you need. Those are the skills that you need primarily for the orals exam. Plus, it's going to help you with paper one. Now, you're on my channel, you can probably go and check out my paper one video. It's my most popular video. I think the 2019 version is the most popular one. You need to understand that paper one is a little different. However, if you improve your regular skills, you will be able to have more confidence, right, and ability when doing the actual paper one. As well, you just do need listening skills for the orals exam, right? When the examiner is asking you, ¿quién es tu deportista favorito? You need to be able to understand what was said, who is your favorite sports person, who's your favorite athlete, and then be able to reply, all right? So that's what we're going to work on here. And in month one, we're going to recap a basic skill in pronunciation, especially vowels and consonants. Now, yes, pronunciation would be vowels and consonants. And you may be thinking, Miss, this is like basic stuff. I know all of this. I would still tell you, make sure you practice your vowels. In fact, my regular routine for an orals class is to start off with the vowels, especially if it's a group class. We start off with the vowel pronunciation. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U, because those are the sounds that you are often going to use, right? A lot of English speakers get tripped up and get confused and then mispronounce something because they see the words, some of the words look so familiar or similar that they give a English pronunciation instead of the Spanish one. So if you remember your vowels, is going to help. So words like a popular one that sometimes you get an error for is telephone. You got a tele sound, right? And you see the same TELE, but it's from telefono. Now, part of that is the vowels, part of that is the accent position. But honestly, if it is, you get the vowels in your head, you're going to make less mistakes. Por favor, tienes que hacerlo. So we're going to practice our basics in vowels and consonants. We're then going to review the basic tenses that you need. For this, I tend to mention all the tenses that you need. I think sometimes the most important tenses that you can focus on to start would definitely be present simple tense, pretérite imperfect, future tense, conditional. I'm probably going to say present continuous as well. So those six tenses. We're still going to do six tenses. Perdóname. Porque son tan importantes. They're so important. You still have to do them, right? And they're the basic ones. They are the basic ones, guys. But then we move on to the key activity we'll be doing for every single month. And that's to focus on a oral topic in terms of vocabulary and then the conversation questions. So my general format is to work on conversation questions and prepare for orals. All right, that's the general format. So home and family, you're going to do vocabulary in class. Well, if it were a class, what I would normally do is actually que la palabra. I would actually have us practice pronouncing the words, right? So por ejemplo, padre, father, madre, mother, stuff like that. And I ask them when they look at the sheet, because I normally have obviously the Spanish word and its English counterpart, just to read the Spanish. I don't want to say padre, father, madre, mother. I want you to see padre and know that it's father without the English interfering. All right, that may sound weird, but the English, your Spanish is probably bad because English is interfering, and it's not your fault, right? But you're here to improve that, right? So we do home and family vocab and then home and family orals questions. Okay. Second month, we're going to recap top 100 regular verbs. If you listen to the first part of this video, I would have spoken about how important this list is. And you could potentially, in terms of verbs only, learn this list and ace CSEC Spanish. Potentially. Potentially. That's really important to learn. So we'll recap these, probably play around with conjugating them in different tenses, but then we're going to keep our core focus on school and career vocabulary and then the orals practice for school and career. Month 3, basic irregular verbs. I would have mentioned some of the basic irregular verbs in part 1 of the series under the writing and language. Those are estar, y ser, y tener, y querer, y ¿qué más? Pienso que esos cuatro. These 4. I think these 4 are really, really important. So those are basic ones. So we'll recap basic irregular verbs. And then we're going to do daily routine for vocab and orals practice. Month 4, top 100 irregular verbs. I'm going to give you a longer list, all right, of verbs that are irregular, but which may assist you and give you more of a solid foundation in terms of responding orally or even for, in writing. And then we have shopping vocab and orals practice. And in month 5, so, we're getting to the end of this. So month 5, we have sports and recreation as the vocab for vocabulary and orals practice. And then we're going to review home and family and school and career. This is what I recommend that you do. All right. And then in month 6, travel vocab, travel orals practice, and you're reviewing daily routine and shopping. All right. Now, again, this is a process to prepare you for the exam. It's not exactly 6 months before the exam. Exactly 6 months before the exam. You want to get some of this processed to prepare you and improve your confidence level and your skill level. If it is you are writing next year, 2024, whether if it's Jan, whether if it's May, June, you have this process already from now, from in January. You can take this information and you can actually start preparing at a slower pace, or you can repeat the 6 months. You can start preparing for those exams. If it is you're preparing for May, June 2023, you can actually guide yourself. We have some categories to give you some guidance. As always, I do recommend that you need to practice. All right. So if it is, this is helpful, go ahead and share this video. This is information. This is exactly how I conduct my classes, right? This is how I would guide my classes, basic preparation in terms of the exam. And you're probably saying there's a lot of stuff missing in terms of a lot of other grammar stuff, but the key purpose here is to start talking. And as you start talking and figuring out what you want to say, you can add to your personal vocabulary. You can start researching the information you need as you get feedback from me. This is if you were in a class with me, feedback from me so that you can improve. The point is, you've got to start. All right. So if this was helpful, you can contribute by commenting below. You can also share this video to someone who needs this advice and guidance.